agenda.
This. Hold on. Hide floating meeting controls. Hide video panel. Yes. Boom.
You emailed this to me? Oh, that's the sent folder.
Hide those two. I have a 45-minute free account
Maybe
here.
the
So
CP2
could you run over there and turn that TV off for me, the computer, Brian, please?
Yep.
Thank you. We got an iPhone in the building. Yo, iPhone, what's up? Pause recording, so we're already recording. That's fantastic. Mind your what, Brian? What? Mind your what?
That's in the Senate week. Possibly.
Okay, Marcel's training right now, so whatever.
He's what?
Not coming. Be nice to
Training?
Yeah. Anyways, so every quarter we do the state of the company address. Go over where we're at, where we're going. And how we get there. So we'll discuss the team roles, our values, who we are, what we do, why we do it, where we're at, where we're going, how we're going to get there, and when we plan on arriving. So break down Team Two-Tone family roles is iPhone, just repeatedly enters this meeting. Me, I'm a CEO. I'll run this ship. Brian is in charge of the sales. So if there's not enough people coming in the door, it's Brian's fault. Brenda is the executive assistant / manager who is in charge of all of the details of things and making sure your schedules are right and just helping me with everything I need help with, really. Rach is my first follower and our lead trainer here. CP's a trainer here. Marcel's a trainer here. Nick's a trainer here. Joe's a trainer here. And Patrick is our summer camp coach. So quarterly performance reviews. Every quarter we also do performance reviews. I'll send you a thing to fill out. It's pretty simple. It's just basically your 4 hours document, what's expected of you, and you rate yourself on each thing, and I rate you, and then we make sure we're on the same page with everything. It also has a couple questions on there like, what do you expect out of the job over this day? Where do you see Two-Tone going in this amount of time? So go over your 4 hours. Everybody has a 4 hours document. All of this stuff is in your teachable portals. If you've not gone through your teachable portals, you will not last here very long because it has everything I expect of you. Some people are, maybe you show up every day without a Two-Tone shirt on and your excuse is, I didn't know I was supposed to have a Two-Tone shirt on, but the Two-Tone shirt, the dress code portal. I apologize for the drill in the background. But so I expect you guys to know all of our process and policies. I also have a binder at the gym that is titled Trainer's Binder.
Yeah, we're in here.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
We'll ever need. Everybody's role within the company. My role is to cast the vision and fill the other roles. The role of sales, aka Brian, and anybody helping him out with sales, is to make it rain, keep an inflow of clients. The role of my assistant is to organize and implement what we're working on. The lead trainer is there to get shit done and lead the process, and the trainers are there to provide an amazing experience, give first-class service, and follow the process. So, story. I don't know if anybody's listening. What story you guys want? You want the story about how I started this place? I'll try and go quick.
Yeah.
All right, so I came home, for those of you that don't know, I came home from prison about 10 years ago. I think it was 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. Anyways, I came home, I didn't have shit. But my buddy had come home and he was working as a personal trainer. So I know that it's hard for felons to get jobs. So that was always a fear. So I went and got my personal training certification. I was actually on house arrest, and within the first month that I was on house arrest, I just sat there and did all the stuff on my computer because you can do most of it virtually. Got that certification. Met Brian's aunt, or I knew Brian's aunt. She was actually my psychiatrist when I was a crazy kid. Now she's running for city council, so we've come a long way. But met her. I started training her as like my first client, and she had been working out and training at somewhere called Fitness Together. So I really wanted to get in there. I met with the owner, figured out what I needed to do. He said my certification wasn't enough. I had to go to the National Personal Training Institute, so that's what I did. Bugged the shit out of that owner every week that I went there. Afterwards, I'm like, all right, I did it. Hire me. They're like, we don't need anybody right now. So I just kept bugging them over and over again. So they did hire me, kind of like Joe did to me. Then I was I just met influential people there, and I really built a lot of good relationships there. And the owners, the management there was not the greatest to me. I felt like I gave a lot more to that company than they were willing to give to me. And I'd always be asking for more responsibility. I want to do more sales. I want more sessions. I want more clients. I want more marketing. I just wanted to learn. So I was willing to do anything to learn it. And they just wouldn't give it to me. They maxed you out at $20 an hour was the most they'd ever pay anyone. And so I was training like 16 hours a day for, $320, and it just wasn't worth it to me anymore. So I just kept saving my money though. I worked there for over 3 years. I saved every extra dollar I had, every penny, every income tax check, every side hustle dollar. I saved it all until I had enough money to open up a small personal training studio. Went to go do that, and I couldn't get a spot to lease me anything for the life of me. I couldn't find a place to lease because I didn't have a business right now. I couldn't get any loans because I didn't have any history of showing that I could make money. Besides paychecks, but no business loans could show that. I had good credit, but I still couldn't get any loans. So I just had to save it all, just bootstrap it, hustle my ass off, work 7 days a week for a long time. Still work 7 days a week, but busted my ass till we could get this place together. Started with a handful of guys, and next thing you know, here we are. So there's a lot more to the story than that, but that's the overview of it. And I like you guys to know where we started at, so you can know
Cliff notes.
Yeah, those are the cliff notes. Yeah, where we got is a big accomplishment considering where we started at. So our core values have always been hard work, dedication, loyalty, positivity, and service. We added evolution because I feel like that's something that we really embody here. Just everybody's always growing, getting better, doing better. I always expect more of you. When I expect more of you and you stop giving it, that's usually when guys quit. That's like where most of our quitters come from, is I just want more of them and they don't want to give me anymore. And I love pushing people to their full potential. So that's why we added evolution here. I'm also making a change to this today. So that's kind of the big news that I want everybody to hear. This is different. Yeah, so something different. Hard work. So we do give 110%, 110% of the time. No fucking pity pass. We work our asses off. At least I do, and I expect out of others. I never expect anything out of anybody else, so I don't expect that of myself. And I do work my fucking ass off, so I do expect that of people. Dedication. We go all in. This value is going away because I believe that if you work hard and you're loyal and you're evolving, this one's a given. Like, you don't really need that. It's kind of redundant. So instead, ownership is the new value. Ownership does not just mean that I want you to own a two-tone boxing club in the future, although that would be awesome. Ownership means that you own your destiny and you own your actions and you own your fate. And if your paycheck sucks because you had the opportunity to pick up 100 more hours and you didn't, don't blame me for it. And if my business is failing epically because no members are coming in the door, I'm not going to blame you for it. I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to own that shit. So whatever's going on, and this, I really embody this. You can see me embodying this with the kids and the parents, and it's an attitude that we really got to start bringing. So like with the parents, they come, my kid hasn't done this yet. Okay, well, did you have the boxing portal? Have you tried anything at home? How many classes are they coming to a week? So we're holding them accountable, making them own their actions. So you could substitute this word with accountability. But I like ownership more because it's more of an empowering feeling. I don't believe in enabling people. I don't believe in being their crutch. I don't want to sit here and make life easier for people. I will make it easier for you if I can. But I don't want to do anybody else's job. I don't want anybody doing my job. I want everybody to own their actions and to get rewarded when they do great. So like Joe's been busting his ass clean in this place every time he's here. I want him to be recognized for that, be able to own that good behavior. The same way if Joe shows up late for work tomorrow, I'm gonna yell at him and he's gonna own the fact that he late. And so whether it's good or bad that we're doing, it's very important that we own our actions, and you can always expect that out of me. So I'm always going to expect it out of you. Brian, could you hand me that Bang energy drink, please?
Hey, what?
Can you hand me that energy drink?
Yeah, I can finish it.
Oh, this was yours. I already
Yeah.
drank out of it. Sorry, I thought it was mine.
That's
Anyways, loyalty, absolute
Don't worry.
important value ever. If you are disloyal, I will ruin your fucking life. Period. That's because I expect it out of you because you get it out of me. I do anything for my guys that work here. I do anything for anybody. Nobody can come to me and say they need something and me say no unless it's some like enabling type behavior that would derail the last value of ownership. Like Coach Matt could have literally came to me and asked for any dollar amount and I would have given it to him as long as he was willing to put in the work that it takes to get there. If he wanted to make $50 an hour, I'd be like, cool, here's what I need you to do. He probably wouldn't want to do it, but I'm willing to give everything I got to you guys. So I don't expect you to necessarily be able to willing to give everything you got, but I do expect you to give to me what I give to you and effort and just to give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah.
Positivity. So we turn adversity into opportunity, turn shit into sugar. So another place that some people that didn't make it had a hard time with, like Ian comes to mind here. He was having a hard time before he left because there was new stuff to do out of his routine, not his typical, and I was pushing him. And so if he would have fit perfectly with their values, he would have been like, oh, this is hard, but I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to make it work. That's what Brenda's been doing since she got here. She comes in the door and is like, this shit is hard. There's a lot to do here. There's so much. It's overwhelming. This shit is hard. I got to get this done. I got to do it right. And that's the right attitude to have because she's turning shit into sugar, And service. So this is twofold. We always provide the best service, but we also want to serve our community. I would love to, once I put the money into franchising this, once I actually have like that fuck you money to play with, I would love to dump it all into a nonprofit and be able to give back, whether, we have a 2-tone in the burbs and a 1-tone in the city, where we could train kids who really needed to get off the streets. But we could, my goal is always to give back. We've done it in the past within the business and it hasn't worked out because like no one wants a free lunch because it's usually like a whole peanut butter sandwich and a stale apple or something. So like when we would try and we did like boxing for Parkinson's disease and we do like free classes for it and it was cool. But then before you know it, like we have like one person showing up. I'm paying a trainer, $15 to $20 to show up for the one person to take a free class that's, it would help them. But the thing is, right down the street, they got something called In Motion where they have hundreds of people there. They have some fancy doctor that raises millions of dollars for them, a whole program for it. I'd rather somebody walk in the door and send them there. And then I'd rather us have our own thing where we're all in like how they are over there, where we're having $1 million fundraisers and we can really give back and put our effort into it. So we do plan to serve our community. You'll always hear me like when people have billing issues. There was a kid that came in here the other day, 2 kids. The parents came in with the kids really wanted to sign up. I see him walking out of here just looking sad. I don't want him to walk out of here looking sad. So, I'm like, Brian, call them up, see if we can give them a super hot deal to get them to stay. If the kids really want to box and it's strictly a money issue for the parents, like I really want to make that work. Now I won't make that work if they're not bringing their kids, not showing up, doing anything like that. Just so you know, I'm not sure if that thermostat right there works at all. It might. I know the one over there does. There's like 3 thermostats in here.
Yeah, so I was kind of wondering which thermostat.
There's one on that wall, there's one on the other wall, and the one that definitely works is all the way in the corner back there.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's 2 systems. I have no idea.
I think you have 3 systems.
That's totally possible. That's quite possible.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, got the handyman here trying to get this place together. All right, and then evolution. We're constantly growing and improving. We believe there is no ceiling. So you will think like I'm the best at my job, and I will think, no, you're not. You can get better. And that's just an attitude and energy that I bring to everybody. That's why I'm a good coach, because no matter how good you are at what you do, no matter how great you are, I believe there's no ceiling. You can always get better. You can always improve, and that definitely applies to myself as well. So who we are, we're the outcasts. We're the depressed, the lonely, the anxious, the broken, the angry, the fed up, the survivors, the conquerors. We're the family, the overcomers, the true believers, the fighters, the strong, the greatest, the unstoppable. We're the two-tone family, and together we can move mountains. And I truly believe that, and I truly believe that we got to do it together. But why do we do it? So the reason I started doing this, you heard a little bit about it from my story. I didn't get into too many details, but the reason I started doing this shit is because I've been through hell and I know the way out. So when somebody else in hell, I want to help show them the way out. And so having had my life changed and us having had our lives changed and empowered through the sport of boxing, we now commit ourselves to paying it forward to make the world a better place using that sport. So what we do is the two-tone movement uses, if anybody asks you, what do we do? You should be able to rattle this off. The two-tone movement uses the sweet science of boxing to empower each person that we touch to fight back against adversity and overcome circumstances through a positive medium. And we do this following a proven process. We use high-intensity workouts, real boxing workouts to melt away fat, giving overweight and obese people a new life for them and their families, giving our members an outlet to let off steam, teaching the sweet science to the masses, bringing people together, getting kids off the streets, using boxing fundamentals, leadership, and childhood development to bring children into our program and empower them through the sweet science of boxing. And what makes us different from everybody else is, for starters, we're real. So you can go to Title Boxing, you can go to Coach Matt's Ding Dong Boxing, and you can meet some fake boxing coaches and learn some fake boxing. Or you can come to Two-Tone Boxing Club and you can learn from, Golden Glove champs and professional boxers and people who really teach real boxing how it's really supposed to be taught. And most of the guys that come work here are taking fights and I'm coaching their corner and they're winning every time. So we're real though. A lot of places offer the mid work and all that stuff, but they're not real fighters and they can't teach real boxing. Another one, we give real results. So plenty of gyms are out there training and telling you that they'll give people results. We actually deliver on our promise, and we actually use boxing to drastically change every life that we touch. We also give real accountability, so we're really going to hold our members accountable to showing up and showing out and getting those amazing results that we promise. So with that, our fulfillment must be amazing. So we must give an amazing experience. In order to do that, you guys got to be sharp on these processes. I need everybody to know, if it's in your trainer binder, if it's in Teachable, you got to know it. And it's just for us all to be on the same page, for us all to be sharp, for us all to be able to pull our own weight around here and make everybody's life easier. I figured out how to make this place run like a well-oiled machine, that if we follow the process and do it, it'll work that way. So we want to be like the Ritz-Carlton of boxing gyms with a little attitude. So we want to give the best service. I'm still going to yell at your kids, but like I want to be able to say, if you notice when I'm teaching the boxing class, it's like, get your hands up. What's the matter with you? And they'll do it a few minutes later. It's like, that's great. You're doing amazing right there. That's perfect. And so like I give them a hard time. I'm tough on kids, but I do it in a way that works to make them better. So we're still giving first class service. And when it comes to our after school programs and our summer camps, we want to be like freaking Disney. We want to be able to make kids really, really want to come back. Even if they're getting their butts whooped and having hard workouts, we want it to be fun for them and want to come back and kind of cushion the toughness of the boxing workouts with some fluff and some fun, water balloons and dodgeball, all that good stuff. So it's really important for us to retain and ascend all of our clients doing this. And for that, we really need your help. So 5 aspects of a business are lead generation, lead nurture, sales, fulfillment, and retention/ascension. So I handle the lead gen and lead nurture, and Brian will handle the sales, and we just need you guys to help fulfill and retain. So we got to onboard them properly and give the right expectations when somebody comes on board. We don't want to be, oh yeah, you can come work out whenever, anytime. No, you can't. We got to set them up with the right expectations. Here's your class times. You have to schedule beforehand. You have to use the app to schedule. Our trainers will sign you into class. Once you sign up for class, we'll sign you into class. If you want to sign yourself in when you come, go ahead. Also, member events help with retention a lot. So we'll be doing things like Parents Night Out, especially now that COVID's out. Jim wants to put on a fundraiser for Marcel, and we're going to get Marcel needs at least $2,000 to get like shit for the Golden Gloves and everything that he needs to go to nationals, to have somewhere to stay when he's there, all that. We're going to make that happen. It's probably our next member event. Also, handwritten cards. We have like an automated process for it, so we don't really have to put much work in there anymore. And just acknowledging people's accomplishments. So if you guys go into the Facebook group and, shout out a client who threw a punch perfectly this class, or a kid who advanced to level 2, or a kid who sparred and did great, or a client who lost some weight, anything like that is really going to help retain people. And then what really helps is just actually giving a fuck. So if you actually care about people and want to help them, then that really helps retain our members. So this is Maslow's? I don't remember, but yeah. Yeah, this is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So it starts with the most basic needs. So when people come to a gym or anything, it's usually a physiological need that's pushing them there. So they're overweight and they're going to be unhealthy. They're going to get diabetes. They're stressed out, feeling like crap. After that, it might be a safety need where they need to learn how to protect themselves. They want to feel more confident. A belonging need. They want somewhere where they can go and have people that they belong with. Esteem needs. They want to be pumped up. They want to be able to feel good. That self-actualization is when you really get deep into actually not needing as much, but being fulfilled fully, I guess would be the way to put that. So when somebody comes to our gym, they probably come for the results, but they give results at first, and then the results are still going to come, but they're going to come real fast at first and real slow after that. Even with the kids, the kids may get more disciplined at first and then fall off a little bit, then get a little better. And it's not a straight line up. So we have to make sure that we're providing for them on every aspect. So they come for the results, but the reason that people stay, the reason we're able to retain them is because the community, status, friendship, growth, encouragement, identity. So like one thing, like these magnets that I got sitting there, these car magnets. If we give every parent a car magnet or a yard sign that says proud parent of a young champion, it makes it part of their identity that they come to Two-Tone. Like their parenting of their boxing child is part of their identity. They're part of this community, and then we're nice to them. We're asking them questions. We're talking to them. We're making friendships, building relationships afterwards. They're learning and growing. So we're not enabling them to do anything wrong. We're fixing their mistakes. We're coaching them, but we're doing it in an encouraging way. So when they make mistakes, we're not afraid to point it out. But when they do good, we're not afraid to compliment them and highlight that too. So with all that, where we're going. So the goal is in the next 5 years, we'd like to franchise Two-Tone Boxing Club. And we'd like to have 5 locations that are owned and operated by true believers who eat, sleep, and breathe our vision and values. That's by 2025. So I don't know, Brian is somebody that wanted to own a Two-Tone. I know Joe is somebody that said he didn't want to own a Two-Tone, but he'd be happy to help run one. Said, that responsibility. I can respect that though. So, we do want people who can see themselves owning a Two-Tone, but it doesn't necessarily have to be you. But the point is that there's epic room for upward mobility within the company. When you have 3 locations, 2 locations, all of a sudden there's general managers, regular managers, assistant managers, and a lot of new positions open up with a lot of new pay rates. So a lot of upward mobility available. So in the next 3 years, we'd like to have 3 facilities, probably all in Ohio at that point, unless, maybe Brian will open up Two-Tone Pittsburgh or something. And for this to happen, we have to have 2 facilities maintaining over 200 members with the processes and procedures being executed perfectly and consistently. And in 1 year, our goal is to open up a second location and get that baby profitable as quick as possible. So for 2022, this upcoming, no, what's 2020? I was supposed to say that. Maybe it is. Is that next one right now? Holy shit, never mind. That's right. Fucking years fly. But we'd like to have 2 profitable locations in 2022. We want to build and grow this team to be an unstoppable force. So I'm not going to stop hiring until we have like 20 of the best boxing coaches in Northeast Ohio ready to fucking go. And, that way we have more than we need and we can have more locations. The only thing stopping me from opening a second location right now is staff. That's it. Nothing else is stopping me. So if I had the people, I could do it. I just have a hard enough time staff. If I can't staff 1 location, I can't staff 2. So we just want to get back to the basics. Open a second location with a bang, have fun, change the world, make money. 90-day goal is to find a second location and keep this baby cranking at over 250 members. So we're right around 250 members right now. We have to stay over that number, through the year to be able to afford the investment that it takes in the second location. down months when you first start, where you just need money just stacked up. So how we're going to do it? Got this new adult level system where we teach the adults how to box in fundamental boxing. If you've seen any of my classes recently, we're getting much more into fundamentals. That's helping keeping the adults engaged. We're not going as much by the levels as we do with the kids because it's not quite as important, but maybe we'll get there. And we want to focus on retention, like I talked about earlier, through member events, regular reach outs, just making sure everybody's okay. So I have a class with 25 kids signed up for it and 5 kids showed up. Somebody else was here, but they were busy at the time. But if somebody else was here and they weren't busy at the time, it would be a really good opportunity to check in on those 20 people and see why they're signed up for class and not showing up. And it would just show like that we cared. So maybe you're running a class that only has one person signed up for it and they don't show up. It's a good idea to give them a call or a personal training session. Just check in on them, see what's up. It's good to just care. Giving amazing customer service. When somebody walks in that door, you should know their name. It's in MBO. You can look at your schedule. You can look at who's in class. You can look at all that. The training sessions that come in, greet them by name, smile, wave at them. Hey, Jim, great to see you again, man. How you feeling after that last session? Remember little things about it. It goes a really long way. New onboarding process so first of all, let me apologize for the 4 new people that I just hired who have not been onboarded as thoroughly as I'd like to, but it's just been a shit show having to do it quickly and get you guys working fast because some people left in a not so professional manner. But also with our clients, we have an onboarding process now where we're making it really sharp and we just keep improving it, that they're getting all the information they need. They know what classes to sign up for. And I need all you guys to be sharp on that too. That's why I'm saying this stuff is really important for you to know everything in the trainer binders, because if you don't know that we have Two-Tone Boxing Club's app, and if you don't know that we use that app to schedule their classes, and then they show up and they're not paying us and they're showing up for free classes because you don't even know to sign them in the app. They were doing a trial class, and the communication has got to be there. And when we bring people on, it's got to handwritten cards we're always sending out to people, and the level systems that we got going. We want to find a second location and begin to build out.
We were super close to getting one before.
We were, and it was in Mentor, dude. I had a free boxing gym in Mentor. They were going to give it to me for free for like 4 months just to see if we could make it work. But nothing's free. It would cost us $10,000 to move in.
Of course. What's that?
I don't remember exactly, some plaza. But so the main issue that we have right now that's preventing all of this from happening tomorrow is that we've grown fast and we have a constant need to bring on more and more. That has also made it tough to onboard you guys properly. So I really need you guys' help there by making sure that you review our processes and speak up if you have any questions. So you should be going through that Teachable portal, checking things out, and maybe something is outdated. Maybe it's for the last location that we just moved from, and it's telling you how to clean. I need you to speak up and be like, hey, what's this on the cleaning list about cleaning a shower? Do we have a shower? I didn't think we had. No, we don't have a shower. Sorry, that's for the old place. I'll get on fixing that right away. Point is, I need to know what you guys don't know, what doesn't make sense, what's hard for you, where you need help. I'm here to help you guys grow, get better, and make this thing the best it can be. So whatever you need from me, I need to know it. And does anybody have, from hearing all that I just said, any questions, any support that you need, anywhere you feel insecure, not confident about making this job happen? Well, I've gotten the most work in recently with Joe and onboarding him. So I think he's got a good basis of where he needs work, and we've been working on different things together. I haven't gone with Marcel or Nick as much as I want to. So they should be watching the recording of this a little bit later and should hit me up with any questions they have once they dig through that Teachable portal a little bit and see what's expected of them. Also have a binder sitting on my desk most of the time that you guys should flick through called the training binder. Every process, how to do everything in the gym so that everybody's doing the same page, everybody's pulling their weight the right way. Anybody need any support anywhere?
I'm good. Personally, I'm doing just fine.
Yeah, CP, you seem to be doing good this time. You know everything pretty well, so main thing I need from you guys, I guess, is just working with Marcel and Nick, since they are the two who aren't here, and they're here the least in terms of when I'm here. I see them the least. I'm going to try to get with them this weekend, but I'm not going to chase anybody down. So if you guys see them around, I just need you kind of reiterating, communicating, talking about what we talked about here today, showing them the trainer binder. If they do something wrong, maybe when they close the place down, the lights are left on, maybe because they don't know where the light switch is. It's in the back corner, it's painted over, it's really hard to see. Whatever, the point is, if you see them making mistakes, don't be a pushover or afraid to speak up. It's okay for people to make mistakes. We expect it. Help them get it right. You know, like Nick, I realized that my last assistant set up his email address and he forgot the password or something. So he was going through emails and we were mad at him for work emails. And finally he comes out and tells me he doesn't have his work email. And so like the quicker we can know that stuff, the better. But we definitely, Marcel up in here, that made me feel real fucking good, dude. I'm really glad that you took the time to make it to this. That means a lot to me. So don't help Marcel out. He got it all. No, but really, like anybody who needs help, we just gotta help each other. You know, each one teach one, help build each other up, make this place the best. Get with me at your quarterly performance reviews. If you need anything, the questions will be on there that ask you this. But either way, just let me know. You know, I'm here. Coach Christian, I appreciate you, buddy. I'm here to help in any way that I need. If anything's overwhelming, anything's too hard, anything's too complicated, the curriculum, if you need help writing workouts, the curriculum, anything, I'm here. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys taking the time. I tried to get through this fast. Brenda's got her parents in town. I think I made it in a half hour. It's the quickest I've ever done. So good, guys. We all good? Review
Yeah,
those.
we good.
Hit me with any questions, and I will sit down one-on-one personally with everybody over the next 2 weeks. I'll take you out to eat. So if you want to pick your favorite spot, it's beyond my schedule if we got to do that, though. I'll be on your schedule if we got to do it over Zoom. Other than that, let me know what you need, and I'll send out these. Well, Brenda will actually be sending out. I'll go over with you how to do it, but Brenda will be sending out the quarterly performance review, like checklist, just to go over, kind of ask you, like, you know, where do you see yourself in the next 6 months to a year? Is it with two-tone? Do you want to be one of those guys opening up a two-tone location? I mean, personally, I think for Marcel, that would be something pretty cool to do because as a professional fighter, it's not exactly raining cash your first year or two, maybe your last year or two more so. So I would love for Marcel to be one of those guys too. But either way, just let me know what you need. I'll send those out and appreciate your time, guys.
All right. Bye, guys.